The year was 1992. It was August, a cold Australian night. Kelly Cahill drove with her husband and their 3 children. They traveled down a familiar road through the Dandenong Ranges. Near Belgrave, Victoria, the darkness was deep. Few other cars were out so late. The world outside seemed quiet, too quiet. Their journey home was meant to be ordinary. Then, something pierced the mundane. A strange light appeared in the sky. At first, it was just a curiosity, perhaps a plane or a distant star. But it moved in an unusual way. It grew brighter, closer. A flicker of unease started to stir. This was no ordinary aircraft light. The light intensified, becoming a brilliant glow. It seemed to hang in the air ahead. It was silent, utterly silent. The light seemed to be waiting for them, or perhaps it was watching them. Curiosity was rapidly changing. A primal fear began to take its place. This was something unknown, something alien. The object pulsed with an internal luminescence. It was now very close to their vehicle. This was the beginning of the encounter. Kelly and her husband felt compelled to stop. They needed to see what this was. They pulled their car to the side of the road. The air outside felt strange, electric. Their children remained in the car. The decision to step out was a fateful one. They were walking towards the unbelievable. The night held its breath around them. A profound mystery was unfolding. As they exited their vehicle, the craft loomed. It was immense, a dark circular shape. It had a row of bright orange lights. These lights illuminated its underside. The craft hovered with impossible stillness. No sound came from it. No hum, no engine. It defied gravity. It defied explanation. The reality of it was staggering. This was not a dream, not a hallucination. It was terrifyingly physically present. Kelly then saw figures. They were near the craft or perhaps under it. These were not human figures. They were tall, very tall and dark. Shock coursed through her. Disbelief. She felt exposed, so vulnerable. The light from the craft cast eerie shadows. It distorted the familiar landscape. The world seemed to tilt on its axis. Her mind struggled to process the scene. The intensity of the moment was crushing. A profound sense of unreality washed over her. The craft was more than just a machine. It felt like an intelligence. The next thing Kelly clearly remembered was driving. She was back in the car, on the road. But they were much further along. A significant portion of time was gone. Perhaps an hour, maybe even more. It had simply vanished from their memories. She felt disoriented, deeply confused. Her husband was also shaken, unable to explain. The children were distressed. Something profound had happened in that gap. In the days that followed, Kelly felt unwell. She experienced unusual physical symptoms. A strange sickness overcame her. There was also a lingering sense of violation, a feeling that her personal space had been breached. They tried to rationalize the experience. Could it have been a military experiment? But no explanation truly fit the facts. The memory fragments were too bizarre. The silence of the craft was too absolute. Then, Kelly discovered the mark. It was on her body, near her navel, a small, perfectly triangular red mark. She knew it had not been there before. She could not explain how she got it. Section 4. Whispers from the subconscious unveiling the visitors. Kelly knew she needed help. She had to recover the lost time. She sought out a hypnotherapist. Regressive hypnosis was a tool. It could potentially unlock suppressed memories. Many who suspected alien encounters used it. It was a journey into the unknown parts of her mind. She hoped to find clarity, but she also feared what she might discover. The truth could be more terrifying than the unknown. Under the guidance of the hypnotist, details emerged. Fragments of memory began to surface. She recalled being outside the car again, but this time she was not alone with her husband. There were others present, tall figures. These beings were not human, not at all. They were shadowy, indistinct at first. Then, they became clearer in her mind's eye. The recovered memories were chilling. They spoke of a direct physical interaction. The entities were described with disturbing consistency. They were very tall, perhaps 7 feet. Their bodies were slender, almost skeletal. Their skin was described as black or dark gray, but their eyes were the most striking feature. Large, dark, and sometimes reported as red. Section 5. A disturbing claim. Corroboration and lingering questions. During the recalled events, there was communication. It was not through spoken words. No sounds were uttered by the beings. Instead, Thoughts were placed directly into her mind. This was telepathic communication, a direct interface between their minds and hers. This method is often reported in abduction accounts. It is unsettling. It is deeply invasive. Her private thoughts were no longer her own. Messages were received with clarity. The most chilling message came with stark impact. The tall, dark beings conveyed a sense of ownership. They told her telepathically that she belonged to them, that she was theirs. This claim was profoundly disturbing. It suggested a long-term interest, a connection she had not chosen, a purpose she could not fathom. It made her feel marked, singled out, a pawn in some larger, unknown agenda. Kelly Cahill's story gained more credibility. It did not exist in a vacuum. Other people came forward, unrelated witnesses. They were in the same Dandenong Ranges area. On that same night in August 1992, they reported seeing a similar large, silent craft.